G'day, I'm Adam Hills. Welcome to the last leg, Correspondents. Each week we take a risk by sending a young comedian out into the world to prepare their own report. And the reason it's risky is that there's every chance those comedians are so good they'll one day end up taking our jobs.
I mean, as long as they're not disabled, me and you're all right, but you're screwed.
This week's comedian, I should say on a personal level, Ivo Graham. They're all brilliant comedians that are doing this. He's one of my best friends in comedy.
Right.
He's a brilliant comedian. He supported me on tour. He's the most unreliable friend I've got in the world. He's the only person who has supported me. He was so late for one of our gigs that I had to go on first. He then arrived to a hero's welcome. It was unbelievable.
Well, this week we're going deep into the world of one of Britain's longest-standing and most controversial traditions. And look, there are a lot to choose from. I mean, we could have made a report into why British people stand on the right on an escalator.
Yes.
Because you can always pick an Australian in London because we stand on the wrong side. Or, you know, we also laugh out loud when we realise you actually serve Fosters here.
We love weak Australian imports, to be fair.
I can see why Ivo was late. You can also pick an American over here because they're the ones smirking and taking photos of the word cockfosters. One thing that unites us, though, is our bemusement at British people dressing in fancy, outdated clothes and getting involved in some unnecessary pomp. We love a bit of that, the changing of the guards, the trooping of the colour, and every tourist's favourite, the really annoying taunting of a beefeater while trying to get a photo, which occasionally leads to the tourist getting an unexpected smack in the face.
Every Saturday, Hillsy down there.
Dressing as a beefeater, punching tourists. However, none of these manage to combine British pageantry and countryside violence quite like the traditional fox hunt. To try to get to grips with this most British of sports, we sent out a correspondent by the name of Ivo Graham. Here's what happened.
Britain is in post-election turmoil. Currently, at the time of recording, we have the same Prime Minister as before, but with egg on her face, the DUP in her bed, and most of her manifesto pledges lost in a field of wheat. Let's talk, for example, about fox hunting. Now, I'm a plummy-voiced boarding school bell end. Not my words, the words of lots of people I've met. But stick this up your stereotype. I've never actually been on a hunt. I wasn't friends with the right people at school. Or anyone. But no worries, I thought. You can do it when you're older. Only for Blair to ban it in 2004, and all hope was lost. Until, in April of this year, Theresa May, the Queen of Hearts, proposed to repeal the ban, and I dared to dream once more. But is she going to go through with it? To investigate further, I've come to meet Ian, a hunting aficionado whose company has been kitting riders out for over 50 years.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Ivo.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
I gather you're the man who's going to get me kitted up.
I certainly am. Step upstairs.
Wow.
Ivo, I gather you want some leather boots. What size are you?
Ideally a large 10 or a small 11.
Right, I just have the ones exactly ready for you. They're handmade leather boots, full leather sole.
Thank you.
OK.
Wow. It's a big one.
Yes.
It's a big one for a big head.
Right, and that's got to stay on if you fall off.
Excellent.
OK.
Thank you very much.
Got to put some breeches on, so...
I believe they're called jodhpurs, Ian, is that
No,
correct?
they're breeches.
I do apologise. 99 problems, but a britch ain't one. Here.
You look the part. Right, last thing now is, of course, a hunting coat.
Fantastic news. Around the time of the Hunting Act in 2004, was there a lot of talk about it in sort of amongst sort of huntsmen, the people who came to work with you?
Oh,
here?
we went on demonstrations.
Oh, yes.
In London.
And at the demonstrations against the Hunting Act, what were the key arguments?
We're opposing the fact that they just do not understand. And, I mean, as I say, it's not about killing the fox at all. The hunt is the centre of the social life around the village or whatever.
And sometimes there's not much else to do in the countryside.
Well, exactly.
So if I was to walk away with all this finery today, and how much would that set me back?
Well, brand new, of course, everything would cost between £2,000 and £3,000.
Oof. After a quick chat with my producer about budget, I decided to source my outfit elsewhere. £12, and it fits like a dream. Getting suited and booted was one thing, but surely no hunt would accept me without a trusty steed.
Which one of these beasts am I going to get to ride?
Well, actually, you're not going to be riding any of these particular horses.
It's a shame.
I've got a surprise for you around here, if you'd like to follow me. Okay, so this is our riding simulator in here.
Wow. This sort of enormous fake horse.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So it just helps you to learn the basics of riding before you get on a real horse. Reins into your left hand, so if you place your hand there, perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, great job.
It's an absolutely enormous beast.
Okay, and now legs away, don't keep gripping. Good. Perfect. Chin up.
Chin up,
Shoulders
look ahead,
back.
feel proud, think of father. Do you think the fact that I'm wearing the uniform is subconsciously making me a better rider?
I think so.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, Jen, I look the part, I'm having a great time, I'm absolutely smashing it on the machine. I think I'm ready for a real horse.
I think so too. Let's go.
For the first time in my life, I was riding a horse, and I was absolutely loving it.
The rising trot!
The plan was coming together. Time to dismount and have a little chat.
Do you think that fox hunting is one of the main issues facing the British public in 2017?
No.
If the Queen said it was
sure.
OK, would you be on board?
No, not at all.
Would you say that the majority of the British people are behind fox hunting?
Yes.
Yes?
I don't know.
I think probably not.
I would say no.
I feel like I'm in
Sorry.
I think most people think it's a bunch of posh toffs.
The general public hadn't been as impressed by my pomp and ceremony as I'd hoped. Time to get a professional to explain it to me.
So, Tom, am I right in thinking your organisation is completely opposed to fox hunting?
Yes, so the League Against Cruel Sports has been campaigning against abuse of animals in the name of sport for about 90 years.
Obviously, that's a shame from where I'm sitting. Now, you're aware, of course, that there are areas of the world where fox hunting is still legal. Would you think it was fine for me to respect the Hunting Act here in England, but then go and fox hunt elsewhere, say in America?
No, I think fox hunting is pretty apparent wherever it's happening.
So your objections are moral rather than legal?
Yes.
I think the law is my mistress. But we're very different people. Is there any part of you that envies me for what I'm wearing and wishes you were wearing it yourself?
No, and there is something called drag hunting. It doesn't involve chasing any animals. It's a human scent. They follow that.
Do you think drag hunting is a pointless halfway house like vaping?
No.
Your objection to fox hunting, which you've told me is on a moral basis, is that because you love foxes specifically or just all animals in general?
I do like animals, but if you think about what fox hunting entails, it's not really the direction which society should be moving. Fox hunting doesn't kill a fox in 2 or 3 seconds or 2 or 3 minutes. It can take 2 or 3 hours.
Yes.
When you
2 or 3 hours of great sport, but brutal. So to be clear, Tom, you think Theresa May is extremely unlikely to repeal the Hunting Act?
I mean, we're still vigilant about it because we know there's a vocal minority who want to see it repealed. But the reality is I don't think the numbers are there after the election.
I can't believe I'm in a minority. First time in my life. Do you pity me, Tom?
A little, yeah.
Do you think I'll be able to get a refund on this outfit?
I finished the day with a sick feeling in my stomach. The feeling which comes from losing faith in oneself, and also from having spent too long on a vibrating horse simulator. The fact is that a repeal of the fox hunting ban currently feels very unlikely and very unpopular, which is a shame because even learning the ropes has been one of the great thrills of my life so far. But at the end of the day, you've got to respect the will of the people and you've got to respect the law. Which is why I'm moving to Northern Ireland, where fox hunting is still completely legal. And if you can't handle that, lads, take it up with the DUP.
During time of recording, power sharing talks in Northern Ireland are in full flow, and as such, those wanting to take it up with the DUP should be advised to take it up with the DUP. Sinn Féin, UUP.
Come back next week to see Tom Crane look a little too closely at computer hacking. See you then.
You know what he's got to do?